Hola, Cerveza Boyz. What's Diaz 10? Man, we just did the 100th episode of our podcast and number 10 of the Cerveza Boyz. Fucking
feels significant. This is
consistent shit. Consistent shit.
Shockingly consistent. Neither of us are ever consistent on anything. I can't even poop every day.
That's
you know,
consistent
terrible.
on masturbating. That's about it, man.
That's true. Yeah.
So we were talking. At least it's true.
Yeah. So I gotta tell you, I brought up a little thing with Chase. We've got a little UFC set up here in China. Like me and a couple buddies, we watched the fight on this big ass Xiaomi TV. And I found out there was some secret UFC fans. And we were hanging out. There's a Saudi Arabian dude, and he has a hookah. He sets it up, and it's the closest thing you can get to weed in China.
It's like a mild buzz, right? Like do you feel it?
Baby buzz, baby, but it's nice. It's nice. It's better than nothing. It's
add
the best you can
add a little alcohol, and you got a nice little buzz.
There you go. So we're all hanging out, like everybody's hanging out around this hookah thing, and this Canadian guy comes in, and this guy's fucking like horribly stereotypically Canadian, like, hey guys, how are you? Good to see you. Yeah, how are you? You know, like overly nice and a little too pretty. I don't like him. I don't like him at all. But anyways, we're all hanging out, and he brings up Jorge Masvidal, and I was like, dude, do you watch the fights and stuff? And he's like, oh yeah, I was rooting for Jorge. You know, I think he's fantastic. And I was like, oh, you didn't root for Kobe? And he was like, oh, I hate Kobe. Kobe, he's such a horrible person. I hate all the things he
really
said.
Talks like this, man.
He really talks like that. That is what he talks like. He's like, oh, I just think the things he says, he just crosses the line. He crosses the line too much, you know?
There's some Kobe haters out there, like true Kobe fucking haters, just like you've crossed the line. Your morality is unacceptable. That's the mindset.
Do they realize he is playing a character?
He's how much of it is character? Because a lot of that is Kobe.
Well, I think that what happens is that, well, first of all, I saw Kobe before the character.
What was he like?
That's the first thing. He's boring.
Yeah.
Boring.
Too nice.
Yeah, too nice, too boring. But here's the amazing thing. I think eventually, if you play a character enough, you fake it till you make it. You know what I mean? And I think
a lot of it is just suppressed Kobe that he never let out. Yeah, I love it. I love it.
Listen, if you start playing a role and people just love it so much, I think maybe you do you're reborn.
Well, it's interesting because with Colby, I think initially it was kind of cringe. The words weren't quite right. It's like, man, you're trying way too hard. But he's refined it. He's refined it. And now these people are like, oh, it's cringe. I'm like, no, you haven't heard him lately. It is fucking A game shit. Like he's calling out Conor for fucking Dustin's wife. No, that's unacceptable. I was like, but what if it's true?
Dude,
you know,
he's calling out Adesanya, man. Yeah. He's fucking moving into the big leagues. He's calling out everybody. But everybody.
It tells you so much about a person if they're Colby hater or Colby lover. That is a great question to gauge someone. Colby Covington, you know who he is? Like him or hate him. And that's all you need to know to go off. If a girl's like, I love Colby Covington, that's the type of woman I want to date. Probably even marry. That is a keeper. That is a keeper. Because it's all about the entertainment, man. Entertainment value.
Remember to bring that into your patience, man.
Ask those questions. It's the same question I asked with, look, MJ or LeBron. It tells you so much about a person. It's just
okay. I think that's an even better question.
MJ or LeBron. It's so easy. It's easy.
Yeah. It's an easy question.
It's easy. If anybody ever says LeBron, you just keep them out of your life because they will ruin
Kobe
your
or
life.
LeBron, and I'm sorry, LeBron or MJ, and there is a wrong answer. That's how I would say it.
That's right. That's right. Yeah. But that is such a great gauge. Like that Canadian guy. Like if someone said I don't like Kobe, I automatically think soft. Yeah, you soft, man. You soft.
Yeah.
Kobe's
started throwing Covington lines at him too. I was like, dude, he called fucking Poirier a cuck. You know, like he calls the guy that fucking fat dude. He says, "Get down, give me 10, flappy butt." You know, and you know what he did? He started smiling. He started laughing a little bit. You know, and I was like, "See, you haven't really listened to the guy. You haven't really given him a chance." You know, what do you think about that Adesanya fight? You think that could happen?
Well, he wants to fight Poirier, which he'll destroy. Look, no, I think Adesanya is too big, and I think Colby's too small. Look, stay at 170, fight some other contender. There's a Luque Mahal fight. his next fight, he could beat a guy, but he's not going to get the numbers. It would solidify a title fight, but it's going to be against a boring guy. That's what he hates. He just wants to make money. I get that. I get that, but if you want the money fight, or do you want the fight that's going to give you the title shot?
Do you believe he has to beat Usman?
I don't think he'll have to. I think he'll fight Khamzat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, there's some options there, man. We'll see what happens. I'm glad that he's making news. I'm glad he's calling people out. I'm glad he's got options.
I told you
That's
that last
good.
time. What he's doing to reporters is borderline brilliant. I mean, Colby Covington refusing to answer questions, telling people to give me push-ups. Like, you wrote a piece of shit article about me. Fuck off. Next question. Like, you can only talk to me if you say good things is unbelievable, because they're obligated to talk to the press. If you're obligated, just treat them like shit. If you if you talk good about me, I'm going to treat you good. If not, I'm going to berate you. I'll berate you.
He's taking it to the next level. There's
Bro,
no doubt about
that he's evolved, and I love it.
Yeah. What else is in the news, man?
Petr Yan.
Oh yeah, Petr Yan.
So this cat, this little 135er, if you watch him, it's very apparent he's the best fighter at 135. And we all know he fought Aljamain Sterling. Aljamain Sterling fakes an injury like a fucking, it was so pathetic. The worst part is he walks around with the belt like he actually did something. Anyway,
when he beat him, he goes with Henry Cejudo. Fucking Henry Cejudo flexing like, oh, double champ. Nah, nah, nah. But just, oh my God, it's a disgusting thing. He was crying after that, saying, "Oh, it's not legit. It's not legit. I should hand this belt back."
Aljamain Sterling has a YouTube channel with about as many followers as we do. It's so low. He did a video on something, and I commented. I was like, "You need to shut your mouth." You know, it's like, "You're a fake." And he replied. That's how few people he has on this channel. He's just like, "Well, we'll see about that when we fight." And I'm like, "Yeah, we will." But I was just like, what are you doing?
You didn't tell me that. He replied to you?
He was saying this shit on his podcast. It was just embarrassing. I'm the champ. I'm going to show him how, I'm like, what are you got knocked out. You were getting dominated, bro. Like, stop.
Guys, like, seeing this?
It's, you know what Aljamain Sterling, Aljamain Sterling is saying is Juicy Smollett or whatever the fuck his name is. Like, they just don't admit defeat. You got your ass. If Aljamain said, "Man, I got my ass kicked. I don't even deserve this belt," I'd be like, "Hey, he's right. But he's the champ right now from disqualification. Yeah. He knows that, and he's going to prep for the good for him. I respect that. He fakes it. I was going to come back and win. He illegally. I'm ready. I'm going to beat him. This. I'm like, no, you're not. No, you're not.
Listen, Chase. He's being very practical. I think he knows the truth. And because he knows the truth, he's not going to do anything to jeopardize the position that he has.
Well,
no way.
As soon as you say Aljamain Sterling, you start bashing the motherfucker. But Petr Yan's corner couldn't make it to America. All their visas got denied. So he's got a 3-year visa. He can come, but his whole coaches and all that. And everyone's like, oh, he doesn't have his coaches. And they think Khabib's going to step in because Khabib speaks Russian, and which would be fine. I mean, you got the best fighter in the world telling you what to do. That can't go wrong. But look, Petr Yan has to hate Aljamain Sterling. You faked an injury against me in a fight I was winning. I'm the champ, motherfucker. And you're walking around calling. There's 2 people in this world. 3. There's 3 people in this world that I would fight for free. And there was no doubt in my mind that I would win this fight. And I think that's the level that Petr Yan is with Aljamain Sterling. It's like, you faked an injury to take my title. I don't fucking care if my coaches can't come. It doesn't matter. You have no chance. 0 chance Aljamain Sterling wins this fight, man. 0. He's going to crucify him.
You know what that means? It means we need to watch this fight.
It's storylines like that I watch. Because he's gonna knock him out. He's gonna beat him.
We're gonna go see an execution, man.
It is fucking fantastic. I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. That's a good one. Anything else?
Yeah, one more. This was this has been circulating around his Conor is being considered for a title fight. And I get he's a money buy, You know, like, oh, Conor. At this point, what are you doing, man? You've had 2 losses in a row, 2 finishes in a row. You can't put him against. I mean, Gaethje versus Conor is fucking. That's fun. Oliveira versus Conor is fun, but he doesn't deserve it. 1 loss, you might have an argument, but 2 in a row, like you can't do that, can you? And it certainly seems like they're trying to do that. It's just it just what does it do? It lowers the it just hurts your reputation. You know, if you were a 5 out of 5, all of a sudden you're a 4 out of 5.
It hurts the UFC's reputation.
You can't
it makes
do that,
them
man.
look like they don't care about it. Makes them look like they're money grubbing people. They're not actually caring about who's the real champion.
They can't be serious about that. I hope not.
And the thing is, that division is so stacked. Like there's so many opportunities. Let some other people get into the top.
You have to,
you
man.
know?
You have to.
Yeah.
There's too many killers out there, bro. You can't be doing that shit with people.
And I mean, look, we all love Conor, but his days are over. I'll never forget him saying, "You waves in my DMs" with his broken foot there on the UFC mat. And just I remember thinking, that's it. It's done. We saw the rise, we saw the fall. You know, move on, Conor. It's time.
Yeah.
It's time. Do what Bisping does. You know, we'll do some commentary. Get a YouTube channel or something like that. People would love you. They'd all be watching, you know?
So the last thing I wanted to comment on was we talked about Cain Velasquez part 2 last week, but I just wanted to clear up at least the information that I have, because everybody's still a real supporting this guy. And it's the most views we've had, and we've definitely been crucified for him. But
I gotta start reading these comments.
It's either it was his son or his daughter that was apparently fondled. Like, not okay. And this guy did it tons of times. Cain tracked this guy down. There's 3 people in the car, and he followed him on a highway. He rammed him with the car. He shot multiple times at the vehicle. He hit the wrong guy twice, once in the arm, once in the torso. They initially thought this was a road rage incident. And he's kept in court without bail because in front of the judge, they're like, "Would you do this again?" He's like, "Yeah, I'd kill him." Like, he's saying this. And it's just GoFundMe. They've got him the best court. Like look, I get it, man. I get it. Like your kid gets molested. There's a beautiful video of this on YouTube. I need to find it. It's of a father in Florida. And he calls 911. He's like, "I just beat the shit out of this motherfucker that was molesting my son. And if you don't come over here right now, I'm going to fucking kill him." And they show after this guy's head is swollen. Like, this guy has been punched 100 times. And they're doing an interview with him, and they're interviewing him like a hero. They're like, "God, this father stepped in, saved his son from it." And I'm like, that's what you do. That's what you do, right? Isn't it? If you found someone that did that horrific shit, you beat them half to death with your hands, put them in the ICU, you're rewarded as a hero. Came out there with a gun, rammed a guy on a highway full of people, could have killed someone in oncoming traffic, shot the wrong guy. The guy's still in the hospital. He could die in the arm and in the torso. You shot the wrong guy. The wrong guy. Like, I get your rage, but the way he reacted, you can't do that. Cain's going away for a long time.
Yeah, none of those details make any difference. The fact is that you didn't let the criminal justice system do what it's supposed to do. There's a reason there's a criminal justice system. And even when it fucks up, you have to abide by it, because that's how society fucking functions.
So the counter argument is like, "That was your son. Wouldn't you react?" I go, you do realize, let's say he gets, like, if he shot the right guy and killed him, regardless, he's gone for the rest of his son or daughter's childhood. He's no longer a figure in their childhood. This is how stupid Cain Velasquez is. "Oh, you did that to my son? I'm going to disappear out of my kid's life for 20 years for what you did." That's essentially what he did. And everyone's like, "I understand it. I support him." Like, nah, bro. You take the gun out to handle this as a champ fighter, you're an idiot. You are an idiot. I get you're overcome with emotion, but if I kill this man, even if it's justified, guess what? You're going to jail. You're going to jail.
Let the passion overrule the reason.
Right. He would be better off if he shot the guy that he meant to. He shot the wrong guy.
By the way, you know what happens to fucking child rapists in prison?
I know.
You think he's gonna fucking last? You think he's gonna he'll be dead in a week? In a week. Like there's
Cain went berserk mode, and you can't do that as a man. You can't go nuts and injure other people.
You think that there was normative determinism there because his name's Cain? He had to kill his brother. Like he had to kill because his name is Cain, like Cain killed Abel. Like Cain's a name that's an evil man's name. That's like that's a murdering man's name.
If I ever named something Cain, it would be like a
very
Rottweiler, a dog. Yeah.
A fucking attack dog.
You name your son Cain, you're like, this kid, this kid's not my husband's kid, but I'm gonna name him Cain. Just whatever. It's just
we had this kid. He was in a Dexter situation.
That is a name you don't want. There's the connotations associated with the name Cain is not good. It sounds tough, but it's like, the backstory, right?
Dude, if you're going into a UFC, it's like the opposite of Clown Baby. Like it's like you hear that name, you're going against Cain Velasquez. Like you get scared. You would start shaking a little bit. You hear that name, man. But it was still fucking wrong. He shouldn't have done it.
No, he's gonna pay for a long time, and I'm still completely against it. I would totally I would beat somebody to the inch of life if they ever touched my kids. But would I go in there shooting them in the head and killing them? No. Because your life.
Yeah. So fuck you, comment section. Please like, comment, and subscribe.
Amen. Have a great day.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye.